Tubuhan kami ditubuhkan untuk manfaat keturunan kami.
Persatuan kami memberikan semangat ke kita.
Kelab kami adalah untuk aktiviti sosial dan rekreasi.
Persamaan antara kami semua berdaftar dengan Jabatan Pendaftaran Pertubuhan.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. My name is Nur Shazira binti Joini, matric number 2017937201. One of the common types of political parties in Malaysia is manifesto. According to Cambridge Dictionary, manifesto is a written statement of the beliefs, aims, and policies of an organization, especially a political party. In other words, the political party will list down the aim and the policies that they want to implement if they succeed on winning the election. As it is the people or the citizen who will vote for them during election, so it makes sense that the manifesto are focusing on the benefits that the people will get. In other perspective, we can see manifesto as a promise by the political party to the people during their campaign. But it still depends on them whether they want to fulfill the manifesto or not after they succeed on winning the election. Sometimes they cannot fulfill the manifesto because of the current financial situation of the country. Political parties such as Barisan Nasional (BN) and Pakatan Harapan (PH) were popular for their manifesto because it consists of so many good aims and policies that bring great benefits towards the people. Besides, both parties won the election before and get to be the ruling party in Malaysia. So we get to see whether they succeed in implementing the manifesto or not. Examples of Barisan Nasional's manifesto back in 2014 were first, Mothers and Women First, which they plan to form a council, Women's Economic Council, that responsible to manage the development of women's economic, and women are given proper attention by the government. The second one is a home for everyone. The government will provide a tax incentive or development funds to encourage banks and developers to offer a rent to down scheme, which means the price of the house will be more cheaper, and many citizens get the chance to buy their own home. The third is 3 million jobs. This is about the government will reduce the dependency of the country towards foreign workers to 15% of the country's entry workforce. If the amount of foreign workers are decreased, then it gives more chance to the citizens to get a job, especially the fresh graduate student. Last but not least, a manifesto about the BRIM. The government decide to double the BRIM payment from 400 to 800. Next, examples of Pakatan Harapan's manifesto back in 2018. The first one is 1 million of affordable houses, which is quite similar to the manifesto of Barisan Nasional before about house. But this time, Pakatan Harapan want to increase the number of house, the affordable house. The second one is they want to void the government service tax, GST, as GST was known as a burden to the citizens before. So Pakatan Harapan decide to void GST. if they succeed in winning the election and become the government. Besides, they also decide to void toll system, or at least they will decrease the amount needed to pay the toll. And the fourth one is anti-corruption. Because of so many corruption cases before, Pakatan Harapan decide to list down about corruption in their manifesto. They will strengthen the anti-corruption system by increasing the power of Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission (SPRM) in handling all matters regarding corruption in Malaysia. For example, the Commission can send the report directly to Parliament. Overall, these examples of manifesto are focusing on the well-being of the people and to lighten up their burden.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. My name is Nurul Azilawani binti Mat Zuki. My matric number is 2017162487. The third common type of political parties in Malaysia is every political party must be registered with the Department of Registration of Societies Malaysia. The Department of Registration of Societies Malaysia is a department under the Ministry of Home Affairs that operates non-governmental organisations and political parties. Under Section 2, Societies Act 1966, an organisation is defined as any club, partnership or association consisting of 7 persons or more, regardless of its types or purpose, whether temporary or permanent, but excluding bodies that needs to be registered under any written law such as companies, cooperative, trade unions, parents and teacher association, sport bodies and others. The main functions of the department are to administer and enforce the Societies Act 1966, the Societies Regulation 1984, and policies on societies. Next, to control and supervise the organisation so as not to go against the peace, welfare, security, public order or morals of the country of Malaysia. And lastly, to manage and keep registration records related to the organisation and branch of registered organisation. As we know, Malaysia is a democratic country. According to Cambridge Dictionary, democracy can be defined as the belief in freedom and equality between people, or a system of government based on this belief, in which power is either held by elected representatives or directly by the people themselves. In other words, all citizens have the right to speak and all parties with sufficient conditions can register to contest in the general election. As a democratic country, there is no obstacle for any race to contest in election. In addition, by registering under the Department of Registration of Societies Malaysia, the people in the country can get information about a party and the people have the right to know because the people elected the elected representative as their representative to stand up and speak in the parliament and lead them and not for their own benefit in hopes of getting prominent powerful positions. Malaysia also has no parties that is not recognized to contest in the general election due to the existence of the Department of Registration of Societies Malaysia. For example, on 16 May 2018, the Registered Society has approved the registration of Pakatan Harapan as a coalition of legitimate political parties. And on 40 September 2020, the Registrar of Societies confirmed that Perikatan Nasional was registered on 7 August 2020 as Perikatan Nasional Party. In carrying out these responsibilities, the department carries out its duties in terms of registration, supervision and control. In this case, the focus is on the following activities. Firstly, process an application to register a new organisation and an application for permission to establish a branch of the organisation. process application from registered organizations regarding name and address changes, legal amendment, registration of new law, and permission to use flags, emblem, and badges and other signs. Thirdly, register public official for the organization for prosecution in court. And lastly, to confirm the appointment of office bearers to complete all instruments related to the movable property of the organization. Surveillance and control activities. In surveillance and control activities, the department is responsible for control the activities of organization and branches of organization to be in line with its registered purpose and not contrary to peace, welfare, security, public order or morality in Malaysia. Second, review the annual financial statement of the organization and branches of organization to ensure the interests and rights of members are guaranteed. Thirdly, review minutes of meeting, annual statements, and other information obtained from organization and branches of organization or from other agencies to ensure that the organization carries out its activities in accordance with its registered law and does not conflict with the Societies Act 1966 or regulation thereunder. Fourthly, ensuring that positions within the organization and branches of the organization are not held by people who may be detrimental to peace, welfare, security, public order or morality in Malaysia. Next, ensure that all registered organizations, including branches of organization, act in accordance with the Federal Constitution and the Constitution of the State in Malaysia. Next, ensure that all the office bearers, advisor, employees of organization do not lose their qualification under Section 9A, Societies Act 1966 to hold or hold positions in organization and branches of organization. Other than that, in surveillance and control activities, the department is ensured that only those who are not subject to restriction under Section 49, Societies Act 1966 hold position in the organization and branches of the organization. Next, take action to revoke the registration of organization and branches of organization that commit offence under Section 2A, 5, 13 and Section 16 of the Societies Act 1966. And lastly, the department will take action to prosecute organization and committee members of organization that violate the provisions of the Societies Act 1966.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Rashida binti Razak from AM 110. According to our discussion, the common types of political parties in Malaysia, I want to explain. Each party has their own directions. Malaysia is a country that adopts a parliamentary democratic system. Through this system, the people will choose delegates through elections and these delegates will be in parliament. According to Leon Epstein 2008, a political party refers to any group, however loosely organized, seeking to elect governmental office holders under a given label. Based on the opinion submitted, it clearly shows that a political party is formed for a particular purpose. Political parties in Malaysia tend to follow their ethnicity. For example, the United Malays National Organisation (UMNO), the Si Malaya Islamic Party (PAS), the Malayan Chinese Association (MCA), and so on. The support comes from the same ethnic group since the political parties were formed. This is because among the initial purposes of the party was formed to champion their ethnic interests. This political party is not a racist-based party, but its main support is among Malay voters. Besides that, the party also receives support from other races. At the same time, the equation of a political party is a political organization or organization where its members have their own ideology and agenda. This ideology guides the journey and survival of a political party in achieving its goal. This is because ideology can help a community, organization, and country on how to lead and rule.